Hello, everybody. This is Catholic Dad, episode number 402, How to Be a Catholic Dad. We're a Catholic man for that matter. I don't think a lot of people, particularly people in the church, address this issue. And I think I'm going to try to address it. I'm a Catholic dad. I have 9 kids. And what I say is honestly just from my position in my heart, from what I look out and I see the rest of the world, and what people can do to improve themselves as a man, as a Catholic dad. Baseline to be a Catholic dad, you got to live the faith, right? That's number one. You got to live a sacramental life. You got to go to church. You got to raise your kids in a holy way. You got to pray the daily rosary, things like that. That's simple but hard, okay? And so men, what they need to be is they need to be the masters of the virtues, right? And so the cardinal virtues are fortitude, temperance, prudence, justice, faith, hope, and love. And I saw Taylor Marshall said this: peanut butter and jelly, prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance is French toast, and faith, hope, and love is an Alan Jackson song. But men need to be the masters, the experts of all of them, but particularly fortitude. And what is fortitude? Fortitude is doing hard, difficult things even when you don't want to. That's what fortitude is. Essentially, picking up a yoke, carrying on the hill, providing and protecting for your family. And so I would say that going to church is hard. It is. Like, try to do it every single week or even every single day for the rest of your life. Difficult because life gets hard. Try to pray every single day. That's hard. That's difficult. Not easy. And if you don't think it's easy, do it, and then see what. Or if you don't think it's hard, do it and see what happens. You got to do that kind of stuff. You got to provide for your family. You got to protect them, and you got to deny yourself. And so when you deny yourself, you can deny yourself the things of your lower appetites. And men have all sorts of lower appetites, whether it's sins of the 6th and 9th commandment, whether it's sins of gluttony, whether it's sins of, you name it. You need to learn how to fast. That's what you need to do. And so these things are basic, right? So how do men become able to become Catholic dads and men, like real men, hard men, is by doing hard, difficult things. That's the way it works. And so what is the opposite of fortitude? I've talked about this before on this channel. The opposite of fortitude is effeminacy. Effeminacy is one of the, it's a major vice. And Thomas Aquinas defined it as a disordered attachment to pleasure. Right? Like, you like pleasurable things. And if you want to think about what pleasurable things are, look at the man watching TV on Sunday, like football or something like that, and not wanting to be bothered by any of the disturbances and distractions in his life. He just kind of wants to veg out on the couch and do nothing, right? Or a man that sits there and plays with his phone all the time, or a man that sits there and, just YouTubes or whatever else. He's just in lazy mode, non-responsibility mode, and whenever you ask him to do something hard and difficult, he kind of whines and screams at you, or he's like, I don't want to, things like that. No woman in the world will ever respect a man like that, period, right? And that's the problem with men today, right? Men are not good at doing hard, difficult tasks. In particular, by the way, standing up for your faith in public is hard and difficult. It's not easy to do. It takes a lot of fortitude because you will be subject to great ridicule. And people will come at you. And in fact, in this COVID time, by the way, I don't know if everybody realizes this, but the COVID time is a Marxist revolution against the United States of America, in the world for that matter. And the Marxists are not charitable people. They don't understand civics. They don't understand civility. They don't understand civilization. We as Catholics have to. In fact, our church almost invented civilization, Western civilization, and civics and civility and charity towards others. And these Marxists want to take us out. So if you live a genuinely Catholic life as a man, okay, and you master things like fasting, you master things like going to church and holiness and family life and so on and so forth, you're not done yet. Because if you stand up for your faith, you will be ridiculed. You will. And God, what did he do? He, as a man, as a Catholic dad, ordained you as the sheriff of your family. And what does the sheriff of the family do? He's the first one in the battle. When the wolf scratches at the door, he's the first one to go get that wolf. So what he needs to do is he needs to be the protector. And these are the things. We live in this comfortable society, by the way, where man really hasn't had to do combat for generations, mind you. And okay, we do have army people and, the military forces go overseas and they do combat, and I get that. But the average man has not had to stand up for his family or his society in generations. And so he's become soft and he doesn't know what that's like. And mind you, I don't know what that's like either. But so that brings me to my next point. Man, to enforce his virtue after he masters fortitude, needs to become a physical specimen of sort. He can't be a 120-pound weakling. Can't be that because nobody respects a 120-pound weakling at the end of the day. And when I say at the end of the day, this Marxist force that's coming towards you, and this Marxist revolution, who do they go after? They go after the faithful Catholic families. That's who they go after, which means you, as a man who's supposed to be living his faith, will be the target of these people. And because they're Marxist and they don't understand civility, they don't understand charity, they don't understand civilization and diplomacy, they are going to come at you, and you may have to literally use physical defense of yourself and your family. And so that means a 120-pound weakling. I don't care if you could run 10 marathons, you're useless. You will be bowled over by the masses. They will crush you like a cockroach for the most part. Or if you're a man that's kind of fat and out of shape and didn't get your life in order in terms of your physicality, you kind of are useless as well. And I don't want to say completely useless. And everybody has their use in society, but this Marxist revolution that's coming is going to demand that the men step up and be real men. Broad shoulders, strength, not stepping back and actually having to use physical force if they need to. So, all that being said, let's get on to where I was going with this. Man, you have to get in shape. Literally, if you're overweight, you gotta start fasting and dieting better. You got to be the master of that. That will teach you fortitude like you've never tested yourself before. Do it. It will also make you combat the sin of gluttony. It will also make you combat the sin of effeminacy. If your comfort's food, stop it now. Okay, just turn the switch, and you got to get in shape. Man, if you're a wimpy little guy that likes to pray and pray all the time and play video games, right? But you never actually go out and do hard, difficult tasks like moving firewood or working on cars or things like that or fencing, then it's time to actually put the video games down. Your prayer life can turn into exercise prayer life, and you got to go lift some heavy weights, and that's what you got to do. So how do you make your body hard? By doing hard things. You got to pick up some heavy weights. And so, men, if you're the skinny guy, okay, if you're the little skinny guy that's kind of useless and you can run a marathon, this is what you need to do. You need to stop running your marathon and you need to hit the gym. You need to join a gym and you got to start doing heavy workouts. And so my suggestion to you is go to starting strength videos and follow them religiously. And men, you have to lift big, and you have to eat big, and you have to sleep big. That will put size on your frame, and that will make you stronger. Look into it. Those are the 3 essentials. And cut out the crap. No pizza and alcohol if you're trying to get bigger and stronger. If you're big, do the opposite, right? You actually have to start maybe running like a marathon, getting out, burning some calories, and not eating as much food. And then that brings me to the next virtue of meekness, right? So what is meekness, by the way? Meekness, everybody thinks is weakness, and that's not it, right? Meekness is not that at all. Meekness is the capacity to do great physical harm, but not. And if you want to think of who's meek, think of the knights of the Middle Ages that were going out policing society. They consecrated themselves to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and they would go out and protect the weak. The meekness is a man able to do great harm, or anybody able to do great harm. Joan of Arc, very meek, right? But not unless you need to. And so as this Marxist revolution descends upon our families and our church and our societies, because they just desecrated an incorrupt body in Italy this past week, which is unbelievable to me. I can't believe the Italian authorities are not cracking down on these people harder when they do things like that. But all that being said is you got to master fortitude. You got to kick the effeminacy out of your life, right? You got to master your prayer life. You got to master your fasting life. You got to master your church life. You got to master your family life. But beyond that, you have to become a physical specimen because you, by necessity, might have to use your body in protection of your family and your society. And I don't want to be an alarmist, but it might be in the very near future. And so take this seriously, guys. Honestly, if you and everybody in the world knows what their weakness is. And a lot of guys are sitting on the couch going, man, I wish I could be in better shape. Yeah, so get in better shape, because it's not just that. And there's one more benefit if you're a Catholic dad, by the way, is if you get in better shape, your wife is drawn more to you. It just is. It's natural, right? That's how our brains work. So if you're in better shape, she's drawn more to you, and you become more of an authority figure. The other thing it does for you as well is it gives you the mental edge, the confidence to go out and do good things. And anyway, so that's how to be a Catholic man or a Catholic dad. Yeah, you can comment if you want. You could like if you want. If you're uncharitable, by the way, I recently got a big uptick in likes and subscribes and stuff like that. But There's some nasty people out there that I want to say stop it, because civility comes from civilization. So be civil, people. It's not like I stand up for my faith. It's not uncivil to say sodomy's wrong. That's just what my faith teaches. You don't have to be nasty in return. You could say, well, I think it's right. That's all you have to say, right? You don't have to say things like, your church ruined my marriage. I saw somebody that said that. It was unbelievable. Well, anyway, so there you go. This is Catholic Dad making you think about it. Please like or subscribe, get the Mass, and pray the Daily Rosary. And do pray the Daily Rosary, everybody.